YouTube crew, what is going on, and welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you about 3 fatal mistakes that I see a lot of players making that's preventing them from getting more kills and more wins in Warzone, whether that is Verdansk or Rebirth. Now the format for today, I'm going to go ahead and talk you through the 3 mistakes while rolling some gameplay footage from stream the other night. We had a 16 kill win with the broken hit scan Fenix, so I'm going to go ahead and roll that footage for you. As always, if you find this video helpful, make sure you share this with a teammate and hit that thumbs up button, as well as commenting #mistakes down below for the algorithm. If you are looking to continue getting better at Warzone, make sure you are subscribed with that notification bell turned on so that you don't miss any videos. Let's get into it. So fatal mistake number 1, and I actually might do a video breaking this down further, but let me know what you think down in the comments below if it would be helpful. Mistake number 1, a lot of people are just roaming around, and what I mean by that is there's no real plan of action to getting more kills or getting a win. Now, in Warzone, the way I look at it, you're either pushing somebody or you're getting pushed, and I want myself and I want you to be the person that is pushing people, being aggressive and taking control of situations. What I think a lot of times happens is people are just roaming around. They don't really know where to go. They don't know what to do. They don't know who to push. They're kind of just waiting for something to happen as opposed to taking control of a situation. I'm constantly using, UAVs, my heartbeat sensor, the mini map to figure out where people are and figure out that next person or team that I need to push. Now, we still have to execute when we're approaching that team and ultimately in the fight, but at least we have a plan of action. At least we have some sort of control. The other thing that we haven't talked about when it comes to roaming around is a lot of times you're probably going to be caught out in the open. You're going to be surprise attacked, and a good team is going to capitalize on that and wipe you before you even know what happened. I mean, it could take a matter of seconds if you're really roaming around and don't have a plan of action for a good team to roll up on you and ultimately wipe you. So really start to focus on, and I talk about this a lot, but I really want to reiterate this. Start pushing non-ghosted players and teams. That's going to give you a sense of control, a sense of confidence, because you know where they are on the map. Now you're moving around the map with purpose, you're pushing players, and as you start to get better at those fights, that's when you start to get more kills, because you push a team, you wipe them. You push a team, you wipe them. You make less mistakes. But until we get into the habit of keeping control, and instead of roaming around, we start pushing with a plan of action, then we're never going to get more kills. So that's fatal mistake number 1. Stop roaming around, start pushing with a purpose. Now, fatal mistake number 2 ties directly into fatal mistake number 1, and it is your mini map. And I want you to think really hard about which one of these 2 people you are. You either don't look at the mini map enough, or you look at the mini map way too much. And I want to talk about not looking at it enough first. Now, the issue with this is because you don't understand where people actually are, because you're not looking at the mini map enough, you can't position yourself well. You don't understand the angle you need to take. You don't understand the angle you need to take with cover. In Rebirth, you don't understand how to reposition because you don't understand where people are and where they're moving to. When I'm playing Rebirth and I get a kill, my eyes immediately go to that mini-map because I want to understand where the rest of that person's teammates are. Are they pushing me? Are they above me? Are they nowhere to be found? So by using your mini-map, you, again, can keep control of a situation. You can keep control of a fight. Now, let's address the next one. There's really one main problem with using your mini-map way too much, and it's pretty self-explanatory. You're going to miss what's right in front of you. You're going to be so hyper-focused on that UAV and where that person's moving to that you're going to miss them when they're right in front of you. They're ultimately going to kill you. So bringing those 2 together, I want you to think about which one you are and start to really work on it. Yes, you need to be using your mini-map to understand where people are, to understand where they're rotating to, but then you need to be using your anticipation, predicting where enemies are going to be, and then position yourself based on that. So fatal mistake number 2 is your mini-map. Now, fatal mistake number 3 again ties in with everything else, and I promise you, a lot of you struggle with this. When you are fighting a team or a player, you get tunnel vision. You get very hyper-focused on that team and that player, and you completely disregard everything else going on around you. So I want to first talk about being hyper-focused on a player. Maybe you're chasing this person, maybe you down them, and you are just hungry for that thirst. You want that kill. And guys, I get it. I want that kill as well. But you have to be aware of where that person's teammates are. And you want to be using your audio cues, listening for footsteps, listening for doors. You want to be using your mini map if you have a UAV up. You want to be using a heartbeat sensor. You have to start to gain info and understand where that person's teammates are and not be as hyper focused on getting that kill. Because in the bigger picture, if you hyper focus on that kill and die, you don't get that kill. He's gonna get rezzed. If you focus on the bigger picture and focus on the team and can ultimately, between you and your teammates, wipe that team, you get more kills overall. So stop being so hyper focused on getting that thirst. Now, let's talk about the team component. And this is where third partying comes into play, because a lot of you get so tunnel vision on the team that you're fighting that you completely disregard the cues around you, that there's another team rolling in. You know, you may have a UAV up and you're only looking for the people that you're fighting. You're only looking at where the opponents are of the team that you're fighting. You're completely disregarding that there's a third party rolling in to fight you. And that's going to change how you have to play the situation. You know, the other example that I'll give here is unsuppressed weapons. A lot of you aren't picking up on that, whether it's the audio cue or the minimap cue, that there's somebody close by with an unsuppressed weapon. Maybe he's behind you. The minimap gives it away, but you don't see the minimap. You don't hear it, right? So you're not using that to your advantage. And ultimately, it costs you because you're tunnel vision on the team that you're fighting. So be really careful about that. And you kind of see how all these things tie in together. You know, using the minimap, pushing with a purpose. So all these things tie in together and will allow you to get more kills. But let's go into a bonus tip real quick. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, and I'm going to be brutally honest here. Some of you spend way too much time looting. Like, way too much time. I am push, push, push. That is how I drop 15, 20 plus kills a game. Whereas some people, you know, you get loadout and then you're like, oh, I want to get this crate. Oh, I want to get this crate. No, just start pushing players. You'll pick up everything you need. Yes, if on your way you hear a crate and you need AR ammo, open the crate. But you don't need to open every single crate on your way to pushing this team. The other example I'll give is after you wipe a team. Some of you spend way too much time looking around at what that team has and could you pick this up? Really, the main two things you're looking for are plates and ammo. Once you have loadout, you are good to go. You don't need, you know, your lethal. You don't need tactical. You will pick that stuff up over the course of fights. So focus on plates, ammo. That's all you need. Figure it out, find it, keep pushing the next team. Tying everything together, again, this is where we talk about pushing with a purpose and not just roaming around. We talk about using our minimap. We talk about not being third-partied and not being hyper-focused on one team. Now, I don't usually do this, but I think I threw a lot at you today. I kind of really like this video. I feel like this video will really help. So let me just recap what all we're looking at here. The first thing is I want you to start playing more with a purpose if you're looking to get more kills. Start pushing teams, start pushing with a purpose, start keeping control of lobbies. The second is to either use your minimap more or use your minimap less, and use the minimap to your advantage. Again, going into point number 3, so that you're not hyper-focused on one team. You're aware of what's going on around you. You're aware of weapon pings. You're aware of, you know, the third party rolling in. So I hope you found this video helpful today. Let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions. Of course, let me know about that first video about, you know, pushing with the purpose and how we can start to control lobbies. I'm happy to do that video if you think it'll be helpful. As I always say, let's get better today, and I will see you tomorrow.